another edition of Saturday Morning Chat. Last week, Ethan was the city one. This week, I am the city one. Alternating schedule. It's like a block schedule, like in high school. Also, today, we get glasses. This is a very rare thing that I hear with glasses. But you know what? I can tell you that if I tried to put in my contacts, there were going to be tears streaming from my eyes because they were not ready to have contacts in them yet. So, alas. Ethan, how are we doing on this Saturday?
Very good. Very good. My Pittsburgh Pirates are closing out the season with a bang. Cole Tucker last night played very well. Then they called up O'Neal Cruz last night as well. So I can't be even more excited. Then on top of that, you got NFL football and college football this weekend. You can't get any better.
I agree, Ethan. It's a fun time to be a sports fan. There's a lot going on. Much like last weekend, there's a lot going on. We got a lot going on this week, and I think it should all be a pretty fun watch. Now, of course, we got our games to watch. We got some wagers for you. The weekend wagers. Very low interaction on the Instagram post. Was kind of disappointed in all of you for that, because that was a lot of fun. But whatever, to each their own, I guess. This week's another chance. A lot going on. Steelers stress meter, of course, will be here at the end of the show, and I think it should be a fun one. We were gonna have some special guests on, but unfortunately they couldn't make it today. And yes, it wasn't just Tyler Gallo, but you know what? We love Tyler Gallo around here. So you know what? If that's not good enough for you, shove it. But Ethan, it's about time I think we get into the main course of this meal. What do you say?
I am all in. Let's start feasting.
All right, Ethan, we're going to start the show off with our games to watch. And Ethan, I usually go first, but this week I'm going to give you the honors.
There
What
we
do you have?
go. Let's go down to South Bend, Indiana. Number 9 Notre Dame hosts number 7 Cincinnati at 2:30 on NBC. It's a Mike Tirico, Drew Brees calling the game down there in South Bend. Cincinnati's -2 favorite on the road. I mean, this is the marquee matchup of the week. Probably one of the best games that you'll see all week. So that's why it's my game of the week. I mean, Notre Dame has a lot to prove after stampeding through Wisconsin at Soldier Field last weekend. And then, they had a rough start to the season, barely beating Florida State, barely beating Toledo. They beat Wisconsin last week,
They
and now,
snuck by Purdue as well.
yeah, they forgot about Purdue too. They snuck by them as well because I almost forgot it. But this is the game where you have a lot to prove. This is your big win, even though it's against an American Athletic Conference team. They're still a very strong team. It's going to be one hell of a game.
And I agree. I'm done betting against Notre Dame. They proved me wrong last week. I know they had to go through about 3 quarterbacks to do it. It wasn't the prettiest win. I know that they had some big turnovers, interceptions, rather, towards the end that really made the game look like it wasn't as close as it was. But I'm done. I'm done. Brian Kelly, whatever you want to do down there in South Bend, that's your problem now. I'm no longer invested. I am invested as a fan, but I'm no longer invested as in a monetary way where I'm going to be wagering. Listen, Notre Dame, I think they kind of dispelled some of the concerns regarding what they can do last week. We'll have to see what does transpire this week. But you know what? Good for them. Good for them for shutting some people up and beating the crap out, badgering the Badgers, if you will, last week. Really excited to see what they do this week. And I really hope with the Clemson's clearly not going to make the playoff. Spencer Rattler and them are looking a bit iffy down there in Oklahoma. Maybe there will be some teams that aren't normally in the mix for this playoff coming up here in December, January. Maybe Notre Dame has a chance this year to make it through the first round. Maybe there's a chance they sneak in. Maybe they get a game against Bama. I don't want to think of how that game will go. We've seen it a couple times, and it's never, to quote Taylor Swift, I've seen this run before, and I didn't like the ending. I think maybe it won't go well, but there's a chance they get in there against some different teams, maybe have some different luck, maybe get some different kind of confidence, and maybe Bama has an off day. Maybe we're looking too far ahead. But the fact of the matter is, Notre Dame looked good last weekend, and I'm excited to see if they can keep it up and actually put together another coherent win.
I agree. I agree.
All right, I guess that means I go, Ethan. You
You
won't. You
go.
won't just. You're supposed to say, Nick. What do you think? But it's okay. I get it. I am the host.
Okay, yeah, I
Um,
know. It's all you, Nick. It's still early for me. It's still
It's
early for
early
me.
for me too. I just thought it'd be fun to berate you for a couple of seconds and
Oh,
see how
thank you, Nick.
aggravated I can make
I
you in the first time.
appreciate that.
Thank you.
Not yet.
Um,
Later in the show. Later in the show, I'll get
did
aggravated.
you know that Tom Brady returns to New England this weekend? Did
Shut
you know he's
up!
playing the
Yeah,
Patriots?
I did know.
That's my first game to watch. Listen,
Oh, yeah.
you can sit there and you can hate it. You can say whatever you want about it. Oh, they've talked about it so much now, I don't even care. Blah 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 blah. Listen, this is a cool moment. Okay, this is a guy that's arguably the greatest football player ever, greatest quarterback ever. Yeah, I'm a Steelers fan. Pains me to say it, but at some point you just have to face the facts. Okay, you have to face the facts at some point. Uh, and he's come back to a team that it seemed like he would never not play with in the Patriots. And now he's going there with his new team. It's like he dumped the girl and now he's bringing the new girl and showing her off to the old girl. And they're probably going to dismantle them, and that's okay. I'm really excited to see if the Boston fans or wherever they play. I know it's always considered Boston, but I know where do they play? Oh my gosh.
Foxborough.
Foxborough, that's it. Yeah.
Foxborough, yeah.
Foxborough, Boston, whatever. I don't know. I don't go up there. I don't talk like that. I don't try to associate myself with the khakis people. But excited to see if they have the decency to cheer Tom Brady or if they go out and boo him and think he's a traitor. Listen, he's 43, 44, 42. I don't know. He's got to go where he's going to win. There's not much time left. And he knew maybe the writing on the wall in New England. Maybe he knew he should go to Tampa Bay and just get a super team built around him. Make up for when they had ex-lacrosse players playing with him in New England and they were finding ways to win. Now he has actual, breeded football players playing alongside of him. So I'm excited to see what Tom does there. 7-time Super Bowl champion Tom Brady. Excited to see what he does up there in New England with a different jersey on. And I'll always have the comfort of knowing his last pass as a Patriot was a pick six. So there's that. Ethan's yawning. Ethan said, "You're so boring. I'm gonna yawn."
Oh,
No wonder no one's watching.
Nick, come on. Why? Why, Nick? Why is
I
this
just
your
told
game
you
to
why for 5
watch?
minutes.
Oh, Nick, I don't. Yeah, it's cool that Tom Brady's returning to Foxborough, but
Will the game be good? No.
no, it won't, and the media just keeps pounding it in my face. I don't
Am I
get
the
it.
media?
Yeah, I guess I mean, technically we are media. But the big boy media people like ESPN, NBC, all those fools. Oh, Tom Brady this, Tom Brady that. I'm taking a Belichick approach. Who the hell cares? I'm also taking the Tom Brady approach. I just want to go out there and win the game. All of this other stuff, oh yeah, Tom Brady and Gronk's not even probably going to play in this game. He just got downgraded to doubtful. So, like, really, Tom Brady, he's in a new place. Yeah, it's going to be cool for the first 5 minutes of the game when he gets reintroduced in New England. I'm assuming they're going to do some sort of tribute. But that's all it's going to be. Then it's just football again. I mean, all the glitz and glamour and all the hoorahs, it's going to be, it's all blown out of proportion. So, I mean, that's what I think of your game to watch, Nick.
That's the first time you've ever just straight up just discredited my game to watch. And I kind of like it. No, listen, I'm going to shoot you straight. Everyone likes the fired up Ethan Morrison more than the casual discussion Ethan Morrison, and the fact that we tapped into that this early into the show can only mean good things.
Thank you.
Can only mean good things. If we go to the chat here, Adolf Hitler says O.J. Simpson is better than Brady. Well, I don't know in what sense, but maybe. In getting away with murder, probably. In terms of football, probably. He was probably one of the best running backs of all time.
Two different positions, though.
Two different positions. That's the tough thing when you say, is Tom Brady the best football player? Because, maybe he's just a system quarterback. Just kidding. He has more instinct. I don't know what that means. Maybe good instinct. I'm not sure. Adolf. One day we'll find out who Adolf Hitler is, unless it's his ghost. Oh, well. Ethan, what's your second game to watch?
I'm sticking. You're gonna be surprised. I'm sticking with college football. A lot of great games. I mean, I could go with a cop out. Arkansas, Georgia. No. Baylor, Oklahoma State. Baylor, Oklahoma State. At 7:00 on ESPN2 in Stillwater, Oklahoma. -4 over Baylor. Two ranked opponents, a key Big 12 matchup. Going to decide a lot of things. Going to see where both of these two teams are at. Not really going to be college playoff implication game per se, but a big game nonetheless. Should be a good one. Good prime time matchup.
I like this matchup a lot, Ethan. I'm not going to sit here and be rude about it the way you were rude about my game because I think that just says more about me as the person, as a person. But yeah, I enjoy the thought of this game. I enjoy some primetime college football is really all it comes down to. Another game I'm looking at is Georgia and Arkansas, but this game was also high up on my list. That's not a game to watch, though. Don't want anyone to think it was a game to watch. Uh, but I'm excited. I'm also excited for my second game to watch, Ethan. And we go back to the NFL. You're staying with college. I'm staying with the NFL. Got a West Coast battle. Tupac and the boys would be really excited that I'm going to the West Coast. That was the whitest thing I've ever said on this show. I'm going with the Cardinals and the Rams. Both 3-0. Both have some fun quarterbacks. It looks like Matthew Stafford did get that injection of energy that everyone's been talking about him getting when he moved to the Rams. I've loved watching him play. They have a lot of fun players over there. I love Cooper Kupp, really emerging as one of the best in the league. I think he's quietly been really talented for a while, but I think now with Stafford in, people are finally starting to notice, hey, this is one of the best receivers in the league. And yes, I will die on that hill. Really excited to see what can transpire between these two teams that have fun quarterbacks, as I mentioned, fun playmakers. Really, really intrigued to see who wins it, who gets their first loss. If I was a gambling man, I would say that the Rams are going to win this one.
Yeah, what a great pick, Nick. What a great pick. Great
Oh,
pick,
now you
great
want to
pick.
come back, crawling back to me, acting like now you
I
enjoy
mean,
what-
no, I mean, this is a good game. I mean, you saw what Kyler Murray was able to do this whole season so far. He's been outstanding, and then you got the new and improved Matt Stafford in L.A. with that Sean McVay energy, that young gun energy. I mean, what more can you ask for a 4 o'clock game in the 4 o'clock window on Fox? Should be a great one. Now, Nick, I'm going to give you my third game to watch.
You do that.
You would think I would go back to college.
You
No,
would.
no, no, no,
The
sir.
trend is saying that's the direction we're heading.
No, sir. I'm switching it up. The outlier in this one. Also, in the 4 o'clock window in the NFL on Sunday, 49ers, Seahawks. That is my third game to watch. Seattle. Who was it? Zack Snyder last week. I took his advice and took that bet. I lost.
You
That
lost
pissed
to
me
A-Rod.
off. I did. I lost that bet. That pissed me off. That ruined my night. I mean, my night was already ruined because of the day was already ruined because of the Steelers, and then one of the workers in my college's cafeteria. But other than that, my day was ruined because I saw that. But this game, it's gonna be insane. You got the 49ers who are coming out of a tough loss against the Green Bay Packers, where the 49ers, they could have won it, but kind of lapsed on the defensive front. Got beat by Aaron Rodgers late in the fourth quarter and lost by, I think, 2 points, if I'm not mistaken, last Sunday night. But 49ers back at home this week. Seahawks back on the West Coast. Should be one heck of a matchup. I think I've said that with all of these games, but
I think so.
it's going
But
to be a
it's
heck
a
of a
game to
matchup
watch,
because it's
so
my
it's
game to
time.
watch.
Listen, I really like this one. Again, I'm going to show more respect than you tend to show me with these kind of things. 49ers
Nick,
got
it was one time. It was one time.
got absolutely dusted by Aaron Rodgers in the waning moments of their game last week. They're out for revenge. These West Coast games are always a lot of fun, and I think you hit the nail on the head with this one, Ethan. I don't have much more to say. You hit the nail on the head. It's going to be a good game, and I think that you're going to enjoy my next pick because it's something we've never talked about before on Saturday Morning Chat and the whole 2 episodes we've done previously. Do you know what I like doing in my free time, Ethan?
I do not, Nick. What do you
I
like to
driving. Will it be racing games, driving my car, places I know, not places I don't know? That's scary. You know what else I like doing when I'm driving?
do? What's that?
Making left turns. And this Sunday, Talladega, The Yellowwood 500, the NASCAR playoffs are in full effect. Here you have a restrictor plate race. Anything can happen. Lots of big crashes, lots of big anger coming out from people, lots of big moments. Big John, Big Nick, Big Ethan, Big Mo Money. Listen, you got lots of big things happening at Talladega this weekend, and that's why it's my big last game to watch. It's a race to watch, Ethan. It's not even a game. Racing's
Hey,
not a game, it's a lifestyle, Ethan. And this Sunday, the Yellowwood 500, NASCAR playoffs, huge implications on the line. Very excited to see what happens here. If you've never watched a bunch of hillbillies make left turns, just kidding, that's not what it is. It's so much more than that, and I'll fight you if you disagree. I probably won't win, but I'll fight you. This is the
hey,
time to watch. This is a good race to watch if you want to draw someone in to NASCAR. Not every race is exciting, but Talladega is an exciting racetrack. And if you've never watched NASCAR before, if you're saying, what's all the hoopla about, this is the time to watch. I'm going to sneeze now, so please say something.
I gotta give you a lot of credit, Nick. Bless you, by the way. Gotta give you a lot of credit. Gotta give you a lot of credit. Picking a NASCAR race as your game to watch. Very bold, but I love it. I mean, I've never watched really gotten into NASCAR.
Are you saying this because you're afraid of me berating you if you
No, I'm
disagree?
not. No, I'm actually 100% honest right here. Okay? Look, it's very bold. And I'm not a big NASCAR guy. But when you brought up big crashes and Talladega, that is what got me interested.
Thank you.
Not saying I'm going to watch,
Oh,
but, very, very, very intriguing.
okay, Ethan. I can respect that. I can respect that, Ethan.
Also, for the record, it wasn't Lorraine.
Oh, no. Oh, that's just disheartening.
I know.
All right. Well, then we'll move on, I guess, on that painful note.
Do you want the story? Do you want a sidebar? Do you want the story now, or I can give it to you later?
No, give it to me now. Give it to me now. That's not
Okay.
even how you spell that. Hang on. Where's a professional? This is the greatest idea. Have two 20-somethings wake up on a day off and say, let's go live on the entire internet. Go
There we
ahead,
go.
Ethan. Give me the
Okay.
story.
So, the Steelers already pissed me off. And so I come back from the game. I just want some food. So I get my normal dinner at like 5 o'clock. Then I did. I almost did. And then I eat it up. I had some good pasta. And then around like 7:30, I go back. And I get my little to-go box because I'm not going to eat it in the calf. So I go up, get my chicken tender wrap from Lorraine, of course. And she was like, Tom Brady's going to lose. And I'm like, yeah, he is. That happened. The Rams beat the Buccaneers. But there you go. There's a little side story to a side story to a sidebar. And then I go over to get my French fries, and you can self-serve your French fries, so you can like pick the scooper and put your fries in your box. And the guy in front of me is taking like every last bit of fucking chicken tender, so he's like picking from the
Are
crumbs.
those self-serve now?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, but he's like picking every last bit of the chicken tender up, like picking literally the crumbs. So I'm like, okay, I'm not getting chicken tenders, so whatever. So when it's my turn, I go up to the fries, and I pick up 3 scoops of fries. Now, granted, it was a lot of fries, but it's like I'm not going to let those go to waste. I'm going to eat those fries.
Right. it's
And
late.
then the calf worker looks, and it closes at 8. Now, just for some information on this story, the calf last year closed at midnight. Now it closes at 8. So I'm already pissed off about that. So I get my fries. Calf worker stares at me and says, man, some of y'all are greedy. Some of y'all are greedy. That ain't right. And I just stare at him in disbelief. And I kind of give a nervous smile at him under my mask and walk away.
Uh-huh.
That's the story. Some y'all are greedy.
Uh-huh.
That ain't right. He says it to me. There's
After
still
the chicken
fries
tender
left
guy.
over after the chicken tender guy starts picking up the crumbs and bits and pieces left of chicken tender. What if I want chicken tenders? If you're so mad about people, coming up with your fries and taking a lot of the fries, then do it yourself. Do it how you did last year and do it yourself. Okay? That's all. That was the story. and I couldn't believe it. Now I got to avoid this guy in the calf every day
No, you
now.
don't. Listen, how much money does your meal plan cost?
That's a good point. That's a
You
good
should
point.
literally go in and take the whole bucket out and walk out.
Yeah, I know. And they say it's all you can eat. They say
Yeah.
it's all you can eat, right? So there shouldn't be a problem.
See,
But
there's a difference between taking them all because you're genuinely being greedy, and then you who's saying, well, they're going to close soon anyway, and they're just going to throw it out, so I might as well take
right.
enough to tide me over because I'm not going to be able to
Exactly.
eat again. There's a difference.
Exactly.
I give you credit. I don't have the temperament for that anymore. I would have said you must have missed the guy that took every last chicken finger.
Thank you. Thank you.
And
Well,
then
in
you should
order
have pulled down your mask and eaten a handful, and then just grabbed another handful out. Like that POV of my hand going right in there. Yeah.
in order to pay my meal plan, I need to make some money. So let's
Uh-huh.
go into my first weekend wager.
Oh, Ethan with the transition.
Look at that. Look at that. Thank you.
Ethan
Thank
with
you.
the
Thank you.
transition.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Ethan,
Well,
Ethan.
first game, I think I said Arkansas, Texas A&M. I was taking Arkansas in that game. Woo pig. I'm doing it again. Arkansas takes on Georgia at noon on ESPN. Uga is favored 16.5 points. I'm taking Arkansas on the road plus 16.5. Prove me wrong. Woo pig, let's go.
That was intense. Listen,
I'm fired up now.
A.J. Brown and Julio Jones are both out for the Titans. They're going to send everyone at Derrick Henry. I'm taking the under of 44 points for the Jets and the Titans this Sunday.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. I like that. I like that. I like that very
I think
much.
it makes sense on paper. We'll see what happens. The Jets are really bad, so maybe it won't matter much. But I think the under 44, I'm not one who really bets on the under. I don't like the stress. I like knowing once you hit the over, you're good. But the under, it can hit at any time. You need two bang-bang plays, and suddenly the whole day's ruined. But I think if there's a time to bet the under, it's right now.
Yeah, I think I agree with you on that one, Nick. The Jets are piss poor, playing piss poor football right now. Zach, what's his name? I already forget his name. Zach Miller?
Wasn't it Snyder?
No. The Jets quarterback, Zach
Oh,
Miller.
I thought you were talking about the guy that commented last week.
Oh, no.
No, Zach Wilson, BYU.
Zach, oh, yeah, I already forgot his name because he's so bad. So, yeah, Nick, I agree with you. Jets have not looked good whatsoever. And, I mean, they're playing at home, but, like, I don't think that's going to mean much. Tennessee,
doesn't impact the game much.
they've playing at MetLife, 85,000 seats and whatever the Jets are going to bring in there. Oh, I just looked at the Tennessee Titans game. Tickets as low as $18, so go get your tickets for MetLife tomorrow.
Ah.
I mean, they haven't. I mean, they're putting up points, but like it's nothing out of the ordinary, and the Jets are playing terrible football. So I like that pick, Nick. I like that pick. Tennessee's still trying to find their own identity, like you said, dealing with some injuries early on in the season. So no better way to bet the under in this game. My second bet of the week is Chicago Bears versus the Detroit Lions. I'm going to take the Bears -3 in this one.
Okay.
Detroit, they're still struggling with that new head coach of theirs. Jared Goff still trying to find his way and find his own. Barely lost to the Ravens, that's it, last Sunday. But I think, Justin Fields, he's gonna play a little bit better this week. He's gonna continue to improve. So that's why I think the Bears are a lock this week at -3.
I'm not putting any money anywhere near that game between those two teams. You have more cojones than I do. If you were going to wager anything on that game, that's a stay away from it game for me.
Yeah.
My second wager: Browns -2 against the Minnesota Vikings. Last week, Zach Snyder, the kid you previously mentioned, that commented betting the house on Seattle -1.5. They beat Seattle, but you know what? Seattle does that once in a while. They have a really weird game where it's kind of Pittsburgh-esque where they lose it, and you're like, how did they lose that game? It doesn't make much sense. I think that was the game last week. I think the Browns come in. I think they can win by more than 2 points. I think they do win by more than 2 points. So I'm going to say Browns -2. Pretty safe bet, in my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think I went 2 for 3 last week, so I know what I'm talking about, okay? Pretty okay bet to make, I think. Maybe don't put your house on it, but I can see it happening. Say there's about an 82.5% chance on the Nick wager meter that this happens.
Mm-hmm. I like that. I like that. Okay. What wager am I on? The third? Third wager.
Yes, we're at
Yes.
3.
Okay. My third wager. Back in New Orleans. The New Orleans Saints and New York Giants. I got the Saints in this one. First game back in the Caesars Superdome. New name this year. How about that? New name. Caesars Superdome. 1 o'clock on Fox. Look, the Saints, they had a hiccup in week 2, losing to the Panthers. But other than that, they crushed the Patriots on the road. They beat the Packers also. Oh, they beat them technically at home in Jacksonville. 38-3. I think they're going to be all right covering a -7 spread, a 7-point spread on Sunday.
All right. I respect that. Do you know what else I respect?
What, the hiccup?
Tom Brady coming
Oh.
back to New England and covering the -7-point spread as a member of the Buccaneers against his former team, the Patriots. I love this one. I think they rout him. They just lost. Bruce Arians is angry. Tom's angry. Maybe AB's back after his COVID issue. Godwin's back. Godwin's
You,
been there.
you know who's also there? Richard Sherman.
Oh yeah, Richard Sherman's back. Did you know that they played in a Super Bowl against each other and now they're teammates? That's a little fun fact. I don't think
That
many
is
people
that
knew
is a little that is a great fun fact, Nick.
All right. Now it's time. Here we go. We've waited. Let me tell you a story. The game starts last week, and it was kind of like the Oakland game. Well, the Las Vegas game, where I just had a little
There
bit of
you
an
go.
odd feeling. And I turn on the game and I see Edmonds get an interception. I walked into the break room at work right after it started so I could see the beginning. I see Edmonds get an interception, and I'm like, wow, here we go. And I'm starting to tweet. I walked into the break room at work, and the Steelers got a turnover. I better stay in here for the whole game. Was about to hit send tweet, and I watched the Bengals intercept the ball right back and then just walk down the field. And I went, oh. And ever since then, it hasn't been good. I've almost blocked out what's going on around the Steelers this week just because it's just all negativity. It's all negativity. Bench Ben, fire Matt Canada already. This team sucks. What's going on here? Listen, again, the defense is Super Bowl caliber. There's still time to tweak the offense around. There's still time to make the necessary adjustments. Okay? This team started 11-0 last year, and in the weeks that ensued, they became arguably one of the worst teams in football. Now you're telling me they can't have some pain going on at the beginning of this season and flip the script? I know the season's tough. I know they have a hard schedule. I know maybe that last week and the week before were games you need to win. I won't argue that fact. But I will argue that if things hit the fan so quickly last season, why can't they be fixed this season? Why can't they find something that works? I'm not saying it's going to be a godsend. I'm not saying Najee's going to start averaging 5 yards a carry or something. But I'm not saying we should maybe dispel the idea of that they can adjust the offense and find something that works. Yes, Ben was throwing the ball straight to the other team last weekend, and that's a concern. But bench Ben and put in Rudolph. What do they have to lose this season? Right? They just signed Watt. They got Juju leaving. They have to re-sign Minka still. It's not like they have all these players at risk of leaving. They have a bunch of cap left still too. I don't know why people are like, we have to hit the panic button already, okay? Yes, it's concerning. Yes, it's a problem. But what harm is there right now in leaving Ben in? Until it looks like he's an absolute embarrassment, which it got close to it last week. Maybe if he keeps playing like this, another game or two of playing like this, you say, okay, yeah, we gotta throw someone else in there, Ben. You were great, you're not now. But there's nothing on the line. This whole season it's Ben's last hurrah. It's Ben's last hurrah. Ben has one bad game, and everyone's like, get him out of here. What's going on here? What's going on here? And I understand maybe that's not the popular opinion, but this guy's done so much for your franchise. You can't bail on him after one bad week. And also, you fire Tomlin idiots. Get out of here. Every year you want to fire Mike Tomlin. And every year he does something. What about in 2016 when they finished 8-8 with Duck? Or 2017, whatever year it was.
2019.
It was 2019. Oh, my
Yeah.
God. 2016 is when they lost to the Jags? I don't think
2017 was when
whatever.
they lost to the Jags.
Whatever it was.
Yep.
All the years blend together.
2016 season. Yeah, you were
The
right.
Killer Bee years all blend together, and then a couple years after that's when they had a guy named Duck. Okay, he finished 8-8 with a guy named Duck. That's all you need to know. So shut up about Mike Tomlin. Ben, yeah, if he plays bad another game or two, get him out of there, whatever. But don't act like some window's closing and it's an insult if Ben's costing the team games right now. Okay? The defense will be fine for years to come as long as they're not stupid. The Steelers have historically drafted well. Okay? They found TJ Watt. Devin Bush, I know everyone's complaining about him. He had a pretty good rookie year. He's injured now. He got injured last year. He came back this year. He's still probably finding his sea legs. Okay? Everything's fine. Maybe not. Okay, I retract that statement. Not everything is not fine, but there's no we need to win immediately right now. Yeah, you don't want to waste this defense. Okay? They've already lost a few pieces. Defense should be fine, though. They'll spend money. They'll draft people. They'll be fine with the defensive side of the ball. Okay? No windows closing. They'll be okay at some point. Stop acting like Ben not being good this season is some insult in that he's single-handedly ruining a year of our winning window. Because the winning window was in, 2017, 2018, when they lost to the Jaguars. They scored 40-some points but lost to Blake Bortles anyway. That's a year that you wasted. This year is not a wasted year. This is a year where people overhyped an offense that on paper really didn't change all that much, except they drafted a guy and didn't get any top-tier linemen to help him. And then they bumped up a guy to offensive coordinator, and everyone thought everything was going to change. And you still have an almost 40-year-old man who's had more surgeries than I have freckles on my face, which is a lot. Okay? And people still thought things were going to snap and change overnight, okay? The media overhyped how good the offense was going to be with all these changes, and now the media is the ones pushing out the offense and saying it's all Ben's fault. Okay? There's the main point that I'm getting to is there's no window we have to win right now. The reason people are saying we have to win right now is because it's probably Ben's last year if he keeps playing like this, right? That's why everyone's saying you need to win right now. But then they're saying, get rid of Ben, build for the future. So what is it? Amen. Meters at 9.
I'm just trying to process everything that you said right now. Where do I even begin? I was very vocal on discussions at the dishwasher earlier this week. If you haven't checked that out now, or whenever you're done watching this, because I really broke down my thoughts, my feelings from that game on Sunday. Yeah, it was atrocious. Play calling was bad. Offensive line was bad. Defense was bad. But they're missing guys. They didn't have the guys that they needed that can really put this team in position to win. They were without Watt. You could tell that. They were out without Alu, who's going to be out for the season. But they were without him. Devin Bush didn't play that bad of a game. Yeah, he doesn't come up in the stat sheet, but there wasn't anything blinking lights coming out of his head, fireworks spewing out of his head saying, oh, I messed up. No, he played fine. And, people are like, oh, why did they waste a 10th overall pick on Devin Bush? He's playing well. Yeah, he's not making those splash plays, but really in college he wasn't making those splash plays either. So yeah, I was pissed off about the game on Sunday. I thought it was terrible. But all these guys saying, oh, and I think I said this in discussions. I was like, people are saying, oh, bench Ben, put in someone else. Who? I ask everyone, who? Because if you put in Mason, you put in Dwayne. Is it going to get much better? Is it? Maybe, by a minuscule. But Ben is your guy right now. Rudolph and Haskins, they've shown me nothing. Nothing. that they can run an offense better than Ben Roethlisberger.
Don't forget
Nothing.
Haskins' big game against Carolina, where he was the starting QB in preseason. I don't forget how that went.
Preseason football, young Hederick. Preseason football.
I'm aware,
Now,
but he didn't look good in preseason football.
now here's the thing. Yes, Ben looked bad. And it was against the Cincinnati Bengals. I get that. I feel your pain. I know your pain. I went through that. I watched that game in person. I was pissed. So, if you're going to come at me, come at Nick for being optimistic about this team. Come after us. We would be happy to chat. We would. Because, look, this season, everyone's saying, oh, they lost to the Bengals. The season's over. The season's over. Fire Tomlin. Oh, bench Ben. Bench Ben. Is it going to get any better with someone else? No, it's not. The offensive line is still struggling. Yeah, we get that. They just got Zach Banner back this week. So it's going to get a little bit better. It's not going to be completely fixed. I'm not saying that, this is going to be the 2016, 2017 offensive line. No. No. No way. That's not going to happen. None of this is going to change overnight. This game's going to be rough this week. I know it's going to be rough. It's going to be rough, and you're going to be stressing out the whole game because the Steelers, it's going to be a tight game. Or it's going to be the Packers are going to have their way. I mean, I don't have a lot of expectations going into this game like I have in weeks past. I'm just looking for the Steelers to, show that they have show some effort. The play calling needs to get a little bit better. Ben needs to once again, improve upon, make those throws that he made in week 1, where you only need to make a few throws a game and some good passes a couple times a game, and they're going to be all right. Like I said in weeks prior. But, don't let me see Tyler Boyd saying, oh, they gave up. You can listen to that rant on Discussions at the Dishwasher. I won't get into that either. But, like I said, see that ticker scrolling at the bottom? Hey, if you think we're wrong, come talk to us. We'd be happy to chat. Also, panic meter's at a 6. You're muted, Nick.
I just said, wow. He didn't really need to hear much.
Yes.
Just wow. Wow.
Just well.
I'm a 6. What were you at
6.
last week?
I was at a 3 or a 4.
A 3 or a 4? Okay, was I at a 6 or a 5?
You were at a 6.
I can't remember. So some decent change.
Yes. Now, here's the thing. They play Green Bay this week. Green Bay is a good football team. Thank you for posting that link. Thank you for plugging my podcast. I appreciate that. So, they play Green Bay this week. It's a game where the Steelers are not expected to win. They're on the road. They're playing a talented Green Bay team who just came off an amazing win against the 49ers. But next week, that's the game where, what do the Steelers got? What do they got? That's the game where you say the Steelers must win this game to have any chance this season. Because it's a game that they probably should win at home.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I got.
I'm just listening.
Yeah.
Taking in your words.
Thank you.
Getting ready for the big announcement.
Go ahead.
Ethan.
I am excited.
Next week, I'm coming down to our university for homecoming, and Saturday morning chat will be live with me and Ethan in the same room.
Let's go!
10:30 a.m.
Let's go!
Next Saturday. Me and Ethan.
Let's go!
Same chat, same bat time, same bat channel, in person. We'll probably have a myriad, good journalist word, of people coming through for that one.
Yes.
It will
Let's
be high
go.
energy. It'll be high octane. It'll be better than any episode of this before because we won't be half asleep while we're doing it. I'll have driven 2 hours. I'll be wide awake. But me and Ethan in person next week. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. We'll see you next time.